Welcome to the Whizzbang Podcast. I am Adam Barraclaugh, and this is Jill LaFear.
Hello.
Will you please tell us your official title for what you do?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
We're pinning you down right out of the gate.
So, I own a business. We're focused on the arts. Do a lot of visual arts design, but then I'm also a commissioner for the Greater Huntington Parks and Recreation District.
Okay.
So, it's a mouthful.
Yeah, well, and if I'm not mistaken, that last bit, there's been a little drama recently. Right?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have a t-shirt design that you want to promote?
I mean, you know, act like you got some sense.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. There was a little drama last weekend with people wanting to get pictures. Lovely. Happens every year.
Yep.
Homecomings, proms, beautiful. But people kind of took it into their own hands to find parking in places that aren't parking spots. And so I ended up telling people to act like they got some sense.
How'd that go over?
You know.
Social media is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly. What is that? It's like Crocodile Smith. Is that his name?
Alligator Jackson, maybe? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. He's got quite the following.
He really does. It's kind of perplexing.
Truly.
Yeah. But shout out to local Huntington legend Alligator Jackson.
Crocodile Smith. Woo!
That's your next shirt, by the way. We're going to do Crocodile Smith shirts.
It's like Crocodile Dundee. He's got to wear the hat.
Oh, yeah.
Teeth and everything.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I'm a huge fan already. But yeah, so people were parking on the grass, on the path, in the street, just flinging the doors open and going.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah. Now, I got to witness the Barbersville version, which is over here at the gazebo across the street. And it was the same day, hundreds of families out. And it was this constant parade of formal gowns and really ill-fitting tuxedos and a lot of bad looks, honestly. If I could Joan Rivers it, I would love to.
You know, I mean, these kids are just trying things on for size.
Yeah.
You know,
They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, and I'm not hating. I'll show you my homecoming picture after we're done.
Oh, I'm not showing you mine. Sorry.
There's a lot to appreciate there, if you will.
If I showed you mine,
yeah,
there would also be a lot of confusion.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no.
So one of the things that I'm excited about with the parks is getting the amphitheater back up and running and getting shows there.
Yes.
So tell me like how that happened and like what's been the spark for a return to, because it seems like every year there would be a couple of events there. There might be some theater, but now we're seeing a lot more happening and a lot more shows being booked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really excited about this project. I was a musician growing up. My husband's an artist. Theater, you know, is all of the arts in combination. Mm-hmm. Music, incredibly important to me on multiple levels. But that amphitheater, it's a beautiful space.
Yeah.
Surrounded by evergreens. It's up on a hill. And it just wasn't being used a whole lot. And then the theater group, Huntington Area Regional Theater, I think that's right. They had some concerns about the structure. The building came in. And it kind of, I'd been saying it for a long time, but it really kind of threw gasoline on the fire for other people to realize, hey, we gotta do some stuff to secure the building,
right?
The structure.
Okay.
And it just took off from there. Everybody kind of got behind it. I pulled in Whizzbang, and some other people I know. And next year, April, it'll be our first real year, and we're starting out strong with Snarky Puppy in April.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about that. And then the rest of the lineup is just gonna have to, you're just gonna have to wait and hear about it later.
Well, I'm excited because it's an incredible venue. It was completely underutilized, and I absolutely love seeing shows there.
Yes.
Like, you're outside, it's beautiful. The acoustics are perfect by design. But yeah, it's a beautiful space, and I'm happy that you are helping make more stuff happen there for sure.
Well, thanks. I'm happy to have an opportunity to just kind of get the wheels turning on it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be top notch for sure. So.
What else are you doing?
For the parks?
Just in general. Tell me about art. Tell me about life.
Ooh.
Or if there's park stuff going on, tell me about that.
Yeah, a lot of different projects. Trying to close up one and start a new one, but that's I could talk all day on that.
Okay.
Mom, 3 kids, married to a beefcake.
He is a hunk.
He's turtle.
Yeah.
Hunk.
He has a really smoldering look that he gives, and I don't know if it's just for me, but maybe you've experienced it too.
No, you've never seen his real smolder.
But also a huge influence on art in Huntington, huge presence in art in Huntington, and you all both have been, I don't know the best way to say it, like one of the things that I look to as to why I like to be here and why I want to continue to be in Huntington, because you've supported art in a way that it isn't through any other venue, if that makes sense to me, or to you rather.
It's just, art it means so much to me and to my husband, but it also means so much to Appalachia.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing comparable to the ingenuity in Appalachians. You figure out how to make things happen. And when we stayed here in Huntington, it was just kind of like, we can either choose to go somewhere else where artists are prevalent and they're all over the place, or we can stay here and have a blank slate and see what we can do with it. I don't think a lot of Appalachia gets the credit for being deeply rooted in music, and quilts, just all kinds of, I can't even, there's so much, it's endless.
Yeah. And a lot of it born of necessity, a lot of it traditions that have been handed down from generation to generation. And as I talked to Casey and John, they talked about the need to preserve these things, and it was kind of scary for a while because it's easy to pick on Appalachia. We see it happen all the time, and it felt like we were the last subject of public joke, that it was okay to make fun of hillbillies.
Yeah.
And I was worried that meant that a lot of this culture would go away, and that's not happening though, because people are realizing what they love about the food, the art, the music, quilting, things like that are a part of life that is going to persist through people continuing to make these things and put them out there into the world. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing with Appalachia, West Virginia, even, only state in all of Appalachia that's fully in Appalachia. In the history of West Virginia, we've always been kind of seen as backwards, but if you truly know our history, you know that was propaganda, trying to explain away the humanity of Appalachians in order for us to, as a country, be okay with using them as mules to pull coal out of our mountains.
Yep. Or sent to the front line of the war.
Yeah. There's always a propaganda, and that's where the stereotype came from. I think the problem is that stereotype truly had emotional emotionally negative effect on Appalachians in general, where we started to believe the lies that were being told about us. And I think our generation, probably more than any other generation that I can think of right now, has really been fighting to say, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Act like you got some sense. I mean, it's okay to talk like that. It doesn't mean that you're ignorant. It doesn't mean it's just like saying anything that you say. I mean, what up? I mean, like, okay, hey y'all. Like, it's all the same thing. It depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't make you dumb to have an accent. That's the thing. It doesn't automatically like
validate you.
Create the notion that other people don't need to validate you. We when I started, we worked with a lot of people from outside of West Virginia on different shows, New York City, LA, when we were doing set design work, and people would ask us all the time, what's with the stereotypes? What's this? When you start explaining to them our history, they start feeling like, and we're kind of at a point now where I don't want people to know, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
keep it a secret.
Yeah, like, stay away. We don't want you here. I mean, we do, but not really. That was a lie.
Well, I don't think you can come here and not be impressed by the beauty of the state, impressed by the quality of the people. And that's one of the things that kept me here. Before the current renaissance of art and music and literature and food and everything that's happening right now, it was just meeting good people.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're some of the best people I've ever met in my life are from right here.
100%.
Yeah.
I think the same thing about you all, everybody involved in this. It's really nice to see so many people just fully investing, not this half-hearted, well, I'm here now until something better comes along. No, we're going to make this. We're going to make this place the place we want to live.
Yeah.
And I think that we're doing it. I think we're all a part of, like, a cog in the wheel of saying, no, we want to keep people here. Stay here. It's cool. The food's great. I mean, the restaurants downtown, we travel outside of Huntington, outside of West Virginia all the time, and food's not any better anywhere else than it is here. The restaurants, the bars, our breweries.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool spot.
We're doing cool shit.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your part in that. I know you're humble and you won't accept those thanks, but I mean it. It's always a pleasure to see you doing things and out and about and actually putting into action what you just talked about, being a part of the community.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Wouldn't be able to do it without the energy of y'all. Positive energy.
Well, thank you for being here. We'll wrap it up and we'll all go down and watch some music tonight.
Woo!
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you.